Hey guys, be Dave. It's 11/17/2020, so I thought I would do a little video just for the heck of it because there's not much going on in my targeting. It hasn't been too bad. Same old stuff, so I'm not even gonna go into it. So we're just chilling out tonight and stuff. I do want to talk about the program a little bit. I want to talk about a catch-22. They put us in difficult situations in this program where we don't know what to do. If we, oh gosh, how do you put it? If we're getting hit hard and stuff like that, we get a little desperate. We want to call people for help. To any reasonable person would call for help and expect to get help when we're being hurt. That's, any reasonable person would, or logical person would, that's the way things go, right? We call the police and we expect the police to come and help us, and stuff. Okay, so, it's a catch-22. So we're in a just a impossible situation. They put us in an impossible situation where if you're achy all over your body and you're being microwaved to the head where it feels like they're burning your head, or they're just hitting you with directed energy weapons to the head. Like that time I called the police. I told them the truth. They recommended I go see my nurse practitioner. That's what they recommended, that I was delusional. Okay, because I had a history. I have a history now of delusional, false diagnosis. From 2016, 2015. I don't know. I lost track. 2015 or whatever. So they diagnosed me with acute delusional disorder, schizophrenia. You know, um, and I didn't talk about this at all. That's the thing. The truth is, the first time I was in the psych ward, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't mention this one bit, and they still diagnosed me. They were reading my thoughts, and they were proving that, because they were like, nobody's after you, nobody's doing this to you, nobody's doing that to you. It's like, I didn't even. What are you talking about? I never even mentioned that, and they still diagnosed me. So it's it's a catch-22. We're in a tough situation. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. So we're in a catch-22. It's a catch-22. Impossible situation, or very difficult situation we're in. The only reason I'm talking about this is because they were talking about this tonight. So, what do we do is the question. If we end up going to the hospital and feel pain and we're being hurt hard, and we go to the hospital, go to walk-in or something, go to the walk-in clinic, or walk-in instead of the ER. This is probably them making me sneeze a bunch of times, because they do that. So the question is, what do we do? If we end up driving to the hospital, what do we do? Do we tell the truth, or do we lie? Do we tell them that we just have the symptoms, and then they're going to give you something for the symptoms in the medication? If they're going to give you medication, it's not going to work. The symptoms are still going to be there, right? That's the way it works. So we are in a very difficult situation. A lot of people say, don't talk about this. Oh, it's so. Oh, I tell you, you're on the line, because if you talk about it, there's a chance you could end up in the psych ward for 72 hours. If you don't talk about it, they could give you medications for the symptoms and you could go home. We're screwed, you guys. I mean, we're screwed no matter what. You know? So if people were to complain about this, say thousands of us, if we ran to the hospital and complained we're being hit with microwave weapons and all this stuff, then there would be a problem. They would have a problem then, because there would be all these cases around the U.S. complaining about this stuff. And look, we're locking these people up for 72 hours because we don't believe them. It's delusional disorder. They're delusional. So, but it would take thousands of people to do that. Put a dent in that. You know what I mean? It would take thousands of people to make a difference where the medical field would go, what the heck's going on here? It would be like COVID. You go to the COVID and everyone, thinks they have COVID and all this stuff. Well, if we went to the hospital by the thousands, then there'd be a problem. They would have a problem. They would be like, what's going on? All these people complain about the same thing and all this stuff, and we're locking them up and all this stuff, So we're screwed, So people tell you to lie. Go in there and talk about your symptoms and don't talk about this. The last time I got hit hard, I called the police and I talked about this. I told the police officer the truth. I know, the reason why I did that is because they don't want me in the psych ward again. They don't want me in the psych ward again. I know that for a fact. So, my program, I know I can talk about this to the police and to my nurse practitioner, and they're going to call me delusional, of course. But when I say the medication doesn't work and all this stuff, well, you're still having delusions. Well, I guess so, if that's what you say, if you want to call it that. But I feel like my head's being microwaved, and stuff, So you're still having delusions, Oh, it's such a hard situation. I wish I had some good advice for you guys in that situation. I don't, I really don't know what to do for people in that situation. I know my situation, they don't want me locked up again. They have to take over the whole site. They have to take over the whole floor of the hospital. And they have to have perps in there, and we have to do this all again, and they're going to end up spending $1 million locking me up again. They don't want to do that. It would be the fourth time. They almost send me there. Almost. They come that close to sending me them there, because they hit me so hard. And they hit me hard. I'm talking hard, you guys. Where no shielding works. You can shield. I could have 100 layers of copper on my head, and it wouldn't do a darn thing. I swear to God. So when I get hit hard, where I can't take it. Honestly, it's bad. It's real bad. So I wish I had some good advice for you guys in that situation where you're getting hit hard and you want to go to the hospital. The question is, do you want to get locked up? You have, your morals and everything. You want to tell the truth, and you might get locked up. Or you can talk about the symptoms. I'm having symptoms here, my knees bothering me, or, and stuff like that. They'll give you some medications and you can go home and have your freedom. It's really a tough situation. Myself, I don't care if I get locked up. What are you going to do? They've done everything to me. Lock me up, throw me away. Go ahead and just do it and get it over with. because this isn't much of a life anyway. You know what I mean? I mean, I tried to go camping and have fun and all this stuff, but it's not much of a life. You know, they're never going to let me have a girlfriend. You know, do you think, you know, they would turn her into a perp in a heartbeat? Do you think some girl, okay, some pretty girl, you know, if I met some pretty girl and went out on a date and we started dating and got serious and all this stuff, she would be a perp, you know. Do you think she would want to be watched by these perverts, you know? And it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You know, they would never find a girl wanting to be watched by these perverts. You know, they're perverts. You know, they would totally get off on that. You know, you're never gonna find a girl that wants to be watched by these perverts. It's just not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. You know, if you're a real TI, or if you're a big TI, they're never gonna let me see anybody or, you know, have a girlfriend or anything like that. It's just not gonna happen. You know, they're not gonna find someone like that. You know. So anyway, going back to, you know, I wish I had some good advice for you guys on what to do. Like I say, you have two options. You could take a chance and get locked up, or you could talk about the symptoms and get let loose and go home. You know, that's kind of our options. It's a catch-22. We're screwed. They got us. You know, whoever thought of this program, it's so well thought out. They got us. You know, they got us. So we're screwed. You know, but if they had 1,000 cases talking about the same thing, they would have a problem. You're gonna lock everyone up. In the psych ward. Well, there's gonna be a problem there if there was 1,000 of us running to the hospital. Then they would have a problem talking about the same thing. You know, but you know, people say don't talk about this. So what do we do? What are we supposed to do? I don't have the answer to that, but anyway, I want to apologize to some of you guys. You know, if you're not my friend and you're sending me messages, I don't see those messages on Facebook. I don't see them. I feel really bad for that. I came across and I looked at some messages that I didn't get. You know, they're not my friends, so I didn't get them, but they showed up on there. Okay, so there was a guy on there left a message. I don't know if he watches my videos or what. I think he might be a mind control victim like myself, and he asked me how I got out of the program. I'm still in the program, you guys. I believe me, I paid my dues. I've been in the psych ward 3 times. I have been tortured to hell. I've been kept up for 11 days to let me sleep one night out of 11 days, and I was tortured 24/7 in that hospital the second time. The third time, I was in there for 5 weeks. They gave me a couple weeks off. Towards the end, they started to harass me, provoke me to fight, and they were torturing me. You know, they wouldn't torture me when I was alone. They would torture me when I was around people. You know, and I was getting tortured big time. Okay, so, and then I went to the treatment center, and I was getting tortured 14 hours a day. Not one day off. 14 hours a day for 3 months, 90 days. They let me go a little early. They were like, okay, it's enough of this BS. Let them go. You know, so they let me go 3 or 4 days earlier, you know, than I was supposed to get out of there. You know, they were like, okay, it's enough of this crap, you know. I mean, you know, I was getting tortured 14 hours a day, you know. And then they gave me a couple years off. They kind of let me go at that point, and they gave me a couple years off. And then now, the last couple years, I've been getting hit hard again, off and on. You know, give me a week off. They'll hit me for a week. They'll give me a week off. They'll hit me for a week. And it's hard. You know, it's hard. I mean, it's, you know, I don't just get hit where shielding works. I get hit where shielding doesn't work. Nothing works. That baseball hat I have, you put that on, and the way they hit me, it doesn't do anything. And I paid like $40 for that hat, So, and I have, I made, in the beginning, I made hats, aluminum hats, and mu metal hats, and copper hats, and it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. Grounding, I ground, doesn't seem to work that much, and stuff. So I feel bad for this guy if he's a mind control victim. I know what he's going through if he's getting hit hard and all this stuff. And they're taking over your thoughts, and they're putting their thoughts in your mind, and remote neural monitoring you, and remote neural manipulating you. It's like, yeah, they can remote neural manipulate you to get a bowl of ice cream. They'll keep on injecting to get a bowl of ice cream. They can also do some serious things. I'm not going to go into those things, but they can do other things that are not very nice things. So the ice cream thing, yeah, they're being nice when they do that, but they can do other things too. So I haven't really, they let me go for a couple years, and now I'm kind of back into it. Since Trump got into office, I've been getting nailed the last couple years. They get more and more abusive. They used to hit me hard, and then they'd give me 6 months off. And then they'd hit me hard, and then they would give me 6 months off. That's the way it worked. It was livable. It was tolerable. They don't do that anymore. And until it's I don't know. It's I've been contacting some big people in government when I get hit hard, and it kind of stops. But I don't know if they're just stopping it, and then a week later they get balls again and start hitting me hard, and I complain again. I'm talking hard, you guys. Like no sleep for days, and microwaving your head, and I'm talking getting hit hard. Not this other stuff that people talk about. I'm talking about I'm getting nailed. Where you're almost calling for help. You can't take it. I mean, it's bad. It's really bad. When I get hit hard, I get hit hard. And stuff. And you're almost calling for help. It's funny. I'm gonna cut this off pretty soon, but so to that guy, did I get out? I'm not out. Do they lay off me? They lay off me. They give me a week off, and then they nail me for a week. They give me a week off, and then they nail me for a week. Like I say, I think they were doing the COVID symptoms. They were making my throat. I think they were hitting my throat, making it sore. Because I woke up in the middle of the night and it felt like it was burning. So I think that was them. I think they were making my muscles ache. I think they were, making me have diarrhea. All this stuff. I think that was them, because they can do all this stuff with these weapons. And stuff. So I got out, but I'm getting, I'm back in where they're nailing me. My attackers, sometimes they give me V2K, where they'll say a sentence or something, and they said, "Oh yeah, next year will be better." I'm not gonna believe these guys. When I was getting hit super, super, super hard, they were like, "Oh, only 2 more months of this, and then we'll stop." 2 months went by. Oh, couple more weeks of this, and then it'll stop. Couple weeks went by, didn't stop. I mean, these people lie their asses off. They don't tell you the truth, and stuff. Like on V2K and stuff. They lie. Everything's a lie, you guys. So don't believe everything they say. It's a lie, But so anyway, I wish I had some good advice for you guys. When you're a mind control victim, it's terrible. You got to be strong and try to fight it. and redirect yourself. Multitask. Listen to if they won't let you sleep at night and they're trying to remotely or manipulate you and all this stuff. You really have to. I'm being hit right now. Really have to try to get your mind off it. Binaural beats, white noise, whatever. Listening to the Bible. There's audio. There's actually an app. Oh, my nose itches. There's actually an app, a Bible app. I used to have that. I used to listen to the Bible at nighttime. And stuff. So there's all kinds of things. You gotta be creative. Hopping in the shower will drown you out. Well, you get a stream of water on your head. It will lighten the attacks and stuff. But you gotta be creative. There's all kinds of. I can make something out of nothing myself. If I used to have a lot of junk around here, and that got me through the targeting. I mean, I used to use fishing weights. Lead. We had a bunch of lead fishing weights, and I used to put them all around my hat. And then I used to have holes up here, and I put old copper rivets sticking out of my hat. And I had some old Windows screen that really did block. That stuff did block. It's not like the new stuff now. New stuff, everything new is cheap nowadays. They make it so cheap and chintzy. If you can find the old stuff, old Windows screen, old copper, the real stuff, where it was made good, it was made strong. Nowadays, everything is plastic and it's chintzy, and the metal is watered down. You know what I mean? It's so flimsy and all this stuff. You gotta find the old stuff, 30 years ago, which you can get on eBay. You can get some old copper, stuff on eBay and stuff. But anyway, I'm rambling. It's been over 20 minutes, so I'm gonna cut this off. But it's a catch-22. I wish I had some good advice for you guys. I wish I had some good advice for myself. I don't know what to do. I really don't when it comes down to it. When if you're in a situation to tell the truth, or do you lie? Do you go to the hospital and lie and, well, my head's hurting, well, we'll give you something for it, and it's not going to work. The symptoms are still going to be there. What do you do? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. I really don't. We just have to try to figure it out. So anyway, I'm going to cut this off. You guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.